Today we're going to be looking at Lunar Tides in the color Juniper. I really don't want to be considered like a review channel. I feel like to do proper reviews you have to actually wear the dye. Sometimes it's a little difficult to not kind of review because they'll be like patchy or you know whatever, but I have to say looking at the packaging for this and the website, it definitely is a dye after my own heart. I am admittedly an astrology hoe, so just having the little planetary symbols on the front is so adorable, and then the crystal little picture on the top reminds me of Sailor Moon, so it's like and then on the website they have packs that you can buy, which is what I did because it is a much better deal, but they have them divided up, a lot of them at least, by planets and the colors that kind of go with the planets. It's just, I love it. My swatches are labeled 1 through 12, but that's not synonymous with hair levels. 1 is blue, 2 is pink, 3 is a natural red, 4 is black, and then up through to platinum blonde. We have a range, and then 12 is like a toned version of the platinum blonde. At the very top of each swatch, I'll be putting the dye directly from the container on there. And then some people like to see what a dye would be like if you dilute it. So I will dilute it down the strand, and I will give measurements for that as I go. It's already stained my nail. I don't know if you can tell, which it's short, but it's supposed to be this color, and I got some of the green on it, and now it's a weird color. Also, when you buy the packs, they give you a little brush that's branded. So I'll probably be using this in the video. It's a lot more firm than mine because my brushes are kind of old. And a quick side note, I do want to just say, I cannot guarantee that this dye will look the same on your hair versus my swatches. Everyone's hair is different, so everyone's hair will take dye differently. It's probably best if you just use this video as more of a reference point on what it could look like. Try and do as much research as possible, even though I know that's not the easiest thing to do since there are so many dyes that exist. For the first diluted part, we're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon of dye with a teaspoon of diluter. For the ends, we're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon of the dye again, but this time with a tablespoon of diluter. I just stuck my whole finger in the dye. Oh my god. I'm gonna let these sit for like 3 hours. From there, I will rinse them out, and then when they are dry, I will meet you back here. So it looks to me like the direct dye portion pretty much dyed everything except for number 4, which is to be expected. It's a little harder to tell on 5 and 6, but if you're someone with your brown hair, I think you would be able to tell. It might be a little bit harder for other people to tell, but since it's green, I feel like maybe you would, I don't know. So when you look at a color wheel, red and green are across from each other. So that means when you dye your hair, opposite colors, like one on top of each other, if they're the same tone, they'll usually turn like a brown or like a grayish color. They'll cancel each other out essentially. So that being said, looking at number 3, which was the natural red, it wasn't red enough to completely take out the green, but it definitely is less intense than some of the other ones in terms of greenness. Such a weird way to say it. But the green pigment I think is stronger than the red in the hair, which makes sense since it's not like a true red. Similar idea for number 2. When you dilute the dye, it becomes a more pastel green. So on the pastel pink, it's not as green looking, which again makes sense. I haven't really done too many greens on my channel yet. The most similar one that I have done would be Lime Crime in Jello. So this is Jello compared to number 12. This is comparable to number 11, number 10, number 9, and number 8. To me, the Jello one looks a little bit more like a grassy green, because even on the diluted portions of the Juniper, Juniper I think has a little bit more of a cool tone greenness, where Jello is slightly more warm toned. On camera I can't see, but I feel like they probably look really similar on camera. I think Jello was meant for a very, very light hair. The only other like true green that's not like a blue green that I've done is Manic in Electric Lizard. You could probably already tell by the name that this is not a similar green. This is comparable to number 12, number 11, and number 10. Definitely more electric, more yellow, lighter, you know, it's all different. But I just thought I'd compare because that's the only other green that I have at this moment. Now that we're done with the comparisons, I'd like to go do the close-ups. thank you so very much for watching. Down below I do have a link for a dye request form. The form just gets submitted directly to me and then I kind of organize it from there. I hope this video helped and I hope to see you in the next one.